back to the Ultimate Wolf reviews games. Today I'll be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series 66 Overload. So if you haven't seen my, well, I did mention in the Scrapper review that you would see all 8 in robot mode in that video, and then in this video you will see all 8 in their alt modes, so you can at least get like a team picture. So you'll see the all 8 in their alt mode. If you want to see how they look in their raw mode, go check out Scrapper's review. Now, I believe next week is when I'm actually taking a look at the upgrade kit for this set. Not next week, the week after. And next week will be also Dino. Speaking of Debbie, we're going to take a look at him on Thursday night. Yeah, if you haven't seen the haul with the 5 figures plus that bonus figure, yeah, you should go watch that haul. I guess that's where I unboxed this figure and then actually showed Devastator in combine mode. Combine Debbie up. But yeah, this is a big figure. So let's get right to it. Then, shall we? Let's have everything set up like how he was out of the box. Kind of how he was out of the box. Here, I'll turn down the light. There, so it looks really good. So you can see there's that accessory. So here I'm going to take Overload, and the accessory off to the side. I'll take a look in the box for a sec. Okay, front of the box, granted the backdrop, I put it back in there. Autobot symbol, generations, right there at the top. Transformers, right there. Ages A&F, Hasbro. Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen. 66 Studio Series, there's a concept art. Shotgun Overload. Top of the box, you can see there's that picture of the concept art. But the figure got pretty close to that look for him. So you can see there's that right there. Series. Decepticon symbol right there at the bottom. Top of the box, Tony. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Side of it. Top of the box, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Bottom box, you know, the usual Studio Series stuff. Not included Devastator. Devastator's head, which we saw in Mixmaster's review. And then there's the full Debbie. Right there. I'll be taking a look at Devastator's review and then combining them all together. Thursday, 66 Studio. So right there, there's the head sculpt image. Leader class. Back box. Let's see if I can get this in frame. Top of the box. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Constructicon Overload. Pyramid Desert Battle. Big screen inspired. Scale. Detail. Backdrop. See right there. There's the robot modes in the alt mode there. 34 street steps. Backdrop included. And then also it says right here at the bottom. There. The desert sands quake as Constructicon Overload combines with his comrades to form Constructicon Devastator. So then there's Hasbro, and then the crane baby right there. So 1, 2, 3 equals crane. Anyways, let me take the backdrop out. This is the last time we're seeing the backdrop, so, well, this version of the backdrop. So insert. And I'm just going to quickly take out the backdrop. Do have all 8 to this side, well, all 7 construct runs off to this side, so that way I can take a look at that backdrop. Accessory. Insert back in. There, that's it for that box. So I can throw that off to the side. So here's the backdrop. You've seen it before, you've seen it again. It's bigger. Okay. Top of the box. I want symbol. Generations. Alright, top of the backdrop. On about symbol generations. Range of transformers, range of the following right there. On about symbol authentic transformers. Sidebox steps here, side sculpt. And transformers. Other side of it is 66 right there. And transform Studio Series right there. Okay, now I'm just gonna expand this because this can mostly be the backdrop. Zip ties fell out of the box. Okay, let me just get this fully extended because you know I usually use the backdrops as the backdrop themselves. Just set it as far back. Actually bring this in a little bit. Okay, there. That's the backdrop. Bring this back a little bit. There, so you can see there's the pyramids right there. Just gonna set it back a little bit there. So it kind of gives me a sense of how I need to do it. Keep the bigger in frame. And maybe bring it back a little. Okay. Let me bring back the bigger in frame, but there's a few things. One white sheet of paper. Here, get a look at front and back. No way, you don't need that anymore. Next thing is the instructions. They are big. Robot mode. 66 Studio Series. Transformers. Shotgun offload steps. Let's see. So this is a booklet. A wonderful page. Here, this is the top half. Okay, right there. Yes. there's that. So this is, well, the whole front page is how to get him into his alt mode. To transform him. Well, to transform him. Back is, this top half is how to get him into his combined mode. And then that's how to attach the others, which granted the order is kind of out of order. It's kind of out of order. I combine them. Yeah, I'll talk about that when we go to Thursday's review. And then, like, there's the full steps, there's that little picture, as you can see with every constructor on the review so far. Well, there's that. Say this style. Bring the figures, I should say, an accessory back and bring. So, granted, the accessory is not really more for this figure. It's more for my mode. Well, he's leaning one side, there we go. I'll show you how to put him in his normal farm pose. So this is the accessory. Granted, I'll take a look at it once we talk about Debbie. Standard mode. So this is that. So this isn't really go for overload, it's just more for overload. It goes more for Mixmaster. Because this is what goes on the back of his head to give it like the gear effect. Which no one knows what this piece is for. Granted, I guess the way it's molded. But as you see, they could have just added some screws or anything. But this does take part in effect of the upgrade kit. There's two little tabs right there. There's green right there. Black. Metal-ish. And metal gray. Screw right there. So maybe that's probably why. But there. Lower green right there. Nice detail. Even something like on the inside. But granted, this is more for combine mode. Still gonna, well, actually, that until we talk about combine mode. Until we talk about all mode. But anyways, this is the bigger, so I'm gonna show you how I put him into his robot mode. Bring down, bring out a click right there. So we at least like these bits are starting to align. Do the same. Bring out, click, come to the back. Move in. You want to angle these red bits up, and then like that. And then get a fingernail, and then just pull this down. It's a little lock in, so that way that doesn't collapse back in. Do the same thing on the other side. So that way it's a little bit more support. So that way you can see that's giving the arms, the legs a little bit more angle. Look, you can straighten out these bits. Straighten them out. So that way they look like claw designed. So that way that's one side then for overload, just strain, so that way you can see like the wire. And there, that's that. So that's kind of how you want it for robot mode. Granted, now with these joints, you can see there is this little piece. I just kind of align that up best I can, but that way it's more aligned with that back leg. And then I just, well, kind of just leave it spread out. Or I just kind of leave them leaning back so it's not like more room. And I also bring out these needed spikes just a little for. And there you have your studio. So it's not like scraping on my table where I film. But there you have Studio Series Overload out of the package. Right there. So you can see how it looks straight out of the box. Well, what's you fully getting post. Well, not post, just normal stands. So here, I'll take a look at them, and then we'll do some comparisons. Detail, and then comparisons. So, that's it's big. Yeah, so you can see there is silver, red, black, gray, mostly black for the tires, but a lot of red. Plastic. There's the head sculpt. Let me see if I can get closer to there. Head sculpt. Right there. There's the stinger right there. Scorpion-esque stinger. There's the legs. That's it here. I'll just leave them straight for it until I like pose them. Pose them. So you can see the arms. Granted, he has a bunch of articulation. Head can look up that far, down that far. It's on a rotation, but you can't get too rotated side to side. Could, but the way I'll hold it. Made arms. That's it. Full 360. No issues. There. They can also go up and down on that joint, and then also just joint 2. The granted that gets limited, but they can go all the way down. And granted, that's more for confinement. Really. Okay, but there, so they can go up and down. They can't go that, but yeah, that joint. This bit can rotate full 360. If you wanted to. As here, it's on the ratchet. So you saw this bit start rotating me. So it's for the backhand. You can hinge more forward. Let me see if I can just hinge. There we go. That should. Okay, there. That can like collapse that far. In, out, in, out. There is no swivel. There is a mushroom bar right there. Full 360 swivel, and then I just have it. And then this bit can hinge in. Far, like granted, I just leave it so that way it's like the wires are showing. Okay, arm. Full 360 right there. Well, the pull-out one. And yeah, full 360 is just gonna get stuck, so you need to rotate around. Full 360. And, well, with the full 360, you can get that far forward and get that far back. Granted, you have to hinge there around for the back movement. Or you can get like that. Sides like more double jointed. You can see some bunch of more molding detail. The gear. So that this can hinge that far back, up or straight down, depending on your pose. Okay, and this bit is on a hinge. And so that's more for all mode. The way how this sets for all mode and combined mode. He does not have a waist wrap crunch or anything like that. Legs can go this far forward and that far back. Okay. So now with these back one of these that will just come and tap from the slot. Okay. The knee, well, they can also go out. I mean, they can go out to the side that much. Okay, this is going to be all the same for the other side. Thigh. Swivel is a node. Wait. There's a slight nice little legs to see. Okay, so the knee can move that far back. Make sure that wheel stays in place. That far back. And that far forward. Back and that far forward. Spine can move that far down and well up. Need it to. As I bump the light with the figure. Oops. Okay, now he does have some angle, so I was just reposing the legs. Oh, I had him. Now he does have some other foot articulation. The feet, they can have that much angle, so that's more for transformation. The heel spur can move forward, more for transformation. This can move down, but that's more for transformation. Angle tiltage, so full angle tiltage. Due to its transformation, it will balance pretty well for a really good figure. Just rotate that down and then just. Alright, so this is not how I have them displayed. Well, if I had them displayed. So let me just skin balance for a sec. There. Okay, now for comparisons, I'm going to set him all the way back. Oh yeah, he's going to need room. Alright. Here he is with the Revenge of the Fallen. Voyager Megs. Alright, well, that's it. There's Megs right there. You can see that's how Megs looks with Overlord. Okay. And here he is with the Revenge of the Dark of the Moon, Voyager, Dark of the Moon Leader Prime. Granted, he came with the trailer. And he's right around there, up to his head. Here, by the sense of scale. Granted, if you go watch the Scrapper video, you can see how all 8 in robot mode, how they look together. So I'm going to show you how I pose them. And then let's talk about transformation. No, I believe the flight stand is not, won't work in robot mode, so double check. No, because it is blocked. There is one, but granted, that's not going to really work for robot mode. Trust me, I've tried it. Well, my flight stand that I use, it doesn't get into that port where it goes to. So there will be no flight stand for robot mode, maybe my mode. Okay, speaking of, okay, let's get into how I pose them. So I'll start with the arms. So this arm, I kind of bring this out, and then I bring that out, so it's like more movable. They're saying I just use that joint out somewhat right there. So it's like you see that piston detail right there. So that way it kind of looks like the arms are more splayed out. I do bring these claws, these hinges, rotate them in forward. So that way they are kind of more pointing forward at you. And I also bring this one forward. So that I'd say it's kind of like he's one claw right here. And he has another claw right there. Here, so let me just do the same thing for the other side. Bring forward and right there. So it's like he's going to use his two claws, then you have like those razor ones. Right there. So it's like you can see his forearms. Hands. There. So then I do give him that ankle tiltage. Slight tiltage, put it out. So it's more dynamic. And I just display him right around there. Somewhat like that, so that way you can see there's two arms right there. The two kind of claws right there. And then you have these other two pincher weapons right there. Make sure you get them on the backdrop if I can. That's Overload on his backdrop, which you can see looks really, really good. There. Just making sure that it goes out. So you can see how devastating he looks. Okay, there's that. Let me plug in my camera so it doesn't die while doing this. And then that will also give it like a bit of support. Now I'm going to bring it back down because it's going to be a lot easier. So there. I'm not going to show you him on the fly stand, but there he is. How devastating he looks. He did not appear in robot mode in the movie. This was concept art. The original Revenge of the Fallen toy. There was no version of that one, and he did have all three for Legends, but that was Legends. The old Legends, yeah, from Hasbro. And they did the Revenge of the Fallen toy line. But now I'm just going to post him. Well, now I have him displayed in robot mode, and I'll talk about his his transformation, and just putting him. Sometimes I'll also just leave him in robot mode like that. I do give him that ankle tilt, so that means it kind of looks like he's more balanced, and that way the claws aren't fully stretching on the table. So I can also display them like that. Robot mode, granted, I have like the others in front of them on my shelves. There. So you can see, you can find it anyway, I suppose. It's your figure. Display however you want. There. So you can get another sense of how he looks in robot mode. Okay, now let's talk about how he transforms. Okay, let's talk about his transformation. So, I'm probably gonna have to bring this camera up because we're gonna work all over. We're gonna mostly start with the upper body. So we're going to flip this bit in. Flip this in. You see, there's a tab you can use to flip this out. Okay. So you want to flip that in, that will fill in right there. Let me leave it for a little. And then unclip it, pull it back. Okay, so just tap it. Just like bring that down for a sec. Okay. So that's mostly what given the height and that there's there. Just leave it there for a sec. Now we're gonna, well, I just was showing you so that way you can see from the back. We're gonna do the arms. Rotate this around at the mushrooms that way. It's hidden. So do the same for both sides. Now you see there is a notch right here, somewhere around there, right there. That this bit will peg into. That this tab will just peg into. That will see sit there. Now orientation like so. So let me just do this on this side. This up and then align there. I will just sit in there. So you can see that's like that. And so this is supposed to be more like out, but it's fine. Okay. Okay, so that's that done. Now we're going to put these into their row upload. Into their upload configuration. So you just want to, it's going to be hard to kind of see. So see, you can see there is like that little notch right here. And there's a tab right here. There, that will peg into, so you just want to line that up. Just keep getting that lined up. Just get that a little bit lined up. There, so it's like that. So now that forms a wheel. There, that's all the way locked in. Okay, do the same thing on the other side. Right there. It's hard to tell when it's locked in. Well, because there's that little notch, but there it's locked in. Now, so that way you can see like those arms are collapsed in. Okay. Now we're going to do the arm assembly. So you just want to get these arms. Now we're going to do the bottom arm assembly. So just straighten them out. Straighten them out. Straighten out. You want to rotate around. Right there. Boom. Let me rotate around this edge. Now come to the back. Flip this panel in and it's in there, somewhere right there, and then just push this down. Like so. See. Push this in. And then just bring that down. So here, this is before. And then that would just strain out. Bring this back and then just use that hinge and then peg that into that little first port. So now you're going to use this hinge double hinge again. Okay, so you can see there is a port. Port will peg into the lower port for robot mode, for all mode. There's a tab right here that will peg in right there. And there is a tab right there that will clip into this side of the arm. So I just want to align and just get it pegged in to all three spots. Okay. Well, yeah, granted, yeah, you're not using that third tab, you're only using the first two. You're not using this clip on that piece yet. That's for combine mode, sorry. So you're only just doing the first two. But the lower port, and then that tab. Which this side doesn't have it, but because the content's opposite, but just want to angle out and then just get it aligned into that bottom port. And then just tab that in. Like so. That's the arms then. Okay, let me just give them a little bit more forward. There we go. Let's put this back down. There, so you can see that's the arms all done for him. Bring them in a little bit all the way in. So and then I'm just let me just bring these in so that way they give them a little bit more. Like so. So that way you can see the arms that are right there. Now we are going to okay, now we're going to do the whole step 18. Okay, ready, watch. So, want to rotate them up, grab, bring up, and now just bring up. You'll hear that click. Want to make sure this is straight. Can be. Okay, now let's do this. Rotate, bring it out. Hold it, and then there, just bring this in. So now, there, it was fully straight. Bring this out if I can. Okay, so I'll show you the corresponding tabs and connections. So there is this gray one right here that will peg into that one right there. This gray tab right here. There was this other gray clip from what looks like. And there's this one like with a little T shape. Gray one will go right here, that red one will, the other gray one will go right there, and then the T shaped will go right there. And that's all. So just bring these two parts back in the middle. Back, and now just clip in at all of those 3 notches, 3 tabs, because that forms the whole back of the all mode. Now we gotta work on the whole legs assembly. Well, whole legs assembly. There, so now the best part is I can actually stand him up on his back to get to the upper body. So you want to unpack the chest. And I'll show you what I do with the head, but I'll get that later. So that chest, it locks this, the head, it will lock this forward. And you want to pull that back in. There, so you can see that will just bring that forward. So, granted that's not there. Okay. Bring the untap the head. Okay, you want to okay. So come to the top, which you can't see. Still can't see. Bring this down and flip it. Down and flip it. And at least get this bring this in. Just bring this out for a sec. You can bring these wheels down halfway just for a second. There's two wheels right there. You can bring the knee, push the knee pads in. Okay. With the bumper, you want to flip this in, and now leave your tabbing in once these are straight. As I have the instructions next to me. Now this will form the front of the car. Of the mode. Yes. Probably there I can bring. Could just actually use this assembly and bring this down a bit. There, so that way just work. So there's that. Okay. Yeah, clip in that. Now rotate the wheels all the way. Oh, and then clip in. Or yeah, separately, it's fine. Round two, flip these wheels forward all the way. Like so. And then just they will peg into the tabs to these. So you can see there's this tab right there. Tab into the light. So just line up and peg it in. I want to make sure this tab right here is straight. So it can be. It's aligned perfect. Like, bring this whole assembly up into the chest, which I'm just redoing. And now just straighten this out. So just push down these black pieces so they're kind of more lining up. Bring. Okay, well, so you can see we're getting a lot closer. Okay, and now tab that in and then bring those wheels down. Now we're going to do this. So here, this is for all modes. It's in this configuration. For all mode, it's in this configuration. For combined mode, it's in this configuration. So I'm going to slide this whole assembly over and down. And now this whole piece just on top. There's just some tabs right there that will just in the middle of this piece. There's one issue I have with this. Granted, I did fix it. So just there, just push that on top. See? It's now the cockpit. So it's over, and now you want to bring these side panels down. And they will just clip into these side pieces. Just bring them down. Ladies and gentlemen, you have serious overload. But there's one issue I have with this figure. It does roll, as you see. So you do see the head. So granted, I can leave the head straight, but granted, it seems though something's off when you do that. So I personally rotate the head around, and I just leave it straight. So I have to undo a few steps just to get it in my orientation. There, so just want to kind of rotate that head around. Yeah, I had to undo a tab. Hold on. Push. And then now separate. There, so I just rotate the head all the way around and I just have it look up. So you just do on top of that. So now let me just re-clip everything back in, and then I can talk about alt mode. Detail lines, stuff like that. Bring forward the line, bring in the middle, and clip in there. Boom, boom, boom. And there you have Studio Series Overload back in his alt mode. The rolls. Front wheels don't really catch on mine. The rolls don't really roll on mine. The back rolls roll. Here's the fact: it's big, long. Last thing, the accessory. So yeah, that's that. Let me just show you where the accessory sits. So you can see there is kind of like two little notches in between this whole back part. And this will just sit on the back of it. It just helps hide these hands away from the sides. And then it sorts like it's carrying something. Okay, so as these rolls, it's extremely big. There's the top of it, sides of it, underneath. Now guys with the head, but granted I haven't looking for it, so you don't really see the head looking. Everything looks good. You can see it, definitely tell. Different shades of red's like what? Molded, painted, or the opposite way around. Silver right there. That's in that chest. These are those sides of it. The cockpit is fully painted all around, so little separate detail knobs and stuff. Alright, so let's do some alt mode comparisons. And then I'll talk about how to go into combine mode. Here he is with the Revenge of the Fallen. Voyager Optimus Prime. Here's a side-by-side. That's it, Prime has a lot bigger, shorter. It's a lot shorter than him, and here he is with the Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Rampage, or Skipjack. We're calling it in the Studio Series. The yellow version, at least. And I'm not getting a Studio Series Skipjack. I'm just going to keep my Rampage in Debbie mode. There, so that's the deluxe. Here's the front. You might see him in robot mode. So, and there is back to back. Now I'm just gonna say this really quickly before I go on comparisons. It looks like how one side is shorter for the backs. This side's longer and this side shorter. That's how it's supposed to be, so you're not missing anything. Or didn't break anything. So now let's do all 8 in alt mode. No idea how I'm gonna get all 8 in time. Granted, this is vehicle mode, so probably set him over there. I'm just gonna bring this will be probably a lot easier than the scrapper one. I can send him right here. You can see him in the back. There. I'll say their names in a sec. Don't recall. There's my tower right there. Rampage. Could probably actually bring maybe a little bit forward to the left. Boom. so that way it kind of gives it more in space. No, I'm not missing one, I just tied them off to the side still. Well, you know what? That's all 8 Studio Series Constructicons. Great. Let me see if I can get my page a little bit more in frame. Alright, that's all 8 Studio Series Constructicons. All 8 have been reviewed. Rampage. Scrap metal. Rampage right here. Scrap metal. Then long haul. High tower. Scrapper. And then scavenger. Mix master. Scrapper. And overload. All 8 have been reviewed. This is the final review for the all mode. I'll show how to put them all in. Well, in their individual reviews, I showed how to put them in combined mode. So I'm just gonna set all 8 back off to the side and show how to transform overload into his Devastator component. I'm just gonna quickly set all 8 back onto the side for the time being. That's your Studio Series Constructicons alt mode. Swap the Debbie backdrop back in. The shadow Debbie. At least just slide it in. There, that looks a little bit better. And there is overload in his alt mode. Probably bring it in. Alright, so now let's go into his combined mode. Set this piece off because we don't need this. Alright. Now we're kind of undoing a bunch of things that we did. And we're redoing them. That makes sense. So do that. We're going to start with the back this time and then work our way forward. So, into the back, split. Just pull apart. So this stuff come untabbed. There we go. Let's bring them out 1. Click. 2. I think one of these wheels came unpacked. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, for Debbie mode, for alt mode, this, you see there's like a little notch at the bottom of these wheels that these sit in. There. For alt mode. It said was already in place, I just didn't just show it. Okay, but there, so that just helps lock it in one more time. Okay. Split them so it's doing that for a second. And just see if I can like stand him up. For a second. See if I can get the head in the orientation it was. So I'll do this quickly off cam. Just putting the head back in the orientation it was in. Boom, got it. Just re-clipping everything that came out. That's undo. Re-clipping, not undoing. Okay. Clip into your hole. Okay. There. Okay, there. I got that. tabbed in. Okay. So you can see it's kind of doing a big Y. Overload Y. Now you'll rotate down. So this will just rotate. So. Okay, and now bring out all the way. Okay, bring out all the way. We're wondering this is Debbie's back, and you'll be seeing part of Debbie's back. So bring out, so it's like kind of a big T position now. And this comes to the front, and just bend these down all the way. Bend all the way. So right there for a sec. Okay. Now we're gonna do the arms. So you're gonna now we're gonna work on the arms, where the legs connect. I'll do these now or later. I just realized there was one step I missed before. I want to rotate these biceps in. So that way this will is out to the side. So that way that's going to be in front of Debbie. What part of Debbie? Because we got to do a whole bunch of new transformation. So do it on one side, it's going to be similar, but different. So unpeg that whole arm. Just unpeg, we can bring these forward. So, I want to give it a little bit more stability so I can show you on camera. Let me just untab this side. This side I have the multiple locking clips. Pop out. Okay, there. I'm just putting this as like lift stand for a sec. So it's like a little quick stand. Okay. With that, you can bring these back and bring that forward. Okay, you want to bring these back and then bring this bit forward. Just kidding, yeah, I want to bring that forward. So it kind of gives it like a better and angled back assembly. So now you're going to rotate this back in. Okay, this whole, now this clip will get used and this upper port will get used. So you want to hinge that in like so. Just a line up and clip that in. That will snap right there. And also, let me see really quickly. Okay, so now since this is up, there you see there is this notch right here that this tab will go into. It's just a line, rotate around and then peg that in right there. And now, and just do the same thing. Bring this bit forward and then hinge this forward all the way. We'll just rebend that so that way it pegs into the upper port and clip in the lower. Because that's well, Debbie Shin's done. Let's see here, I'll probably might have to bring him one click forward. By the way, but that's Devastator's legs done. So now here I'll send back for a second. And that's the whole leg assembly for Debbie's dead. Now comes for the arms. This is going to be quick. Come to the back and back. Just bring that assembly, just bring that down. For a few steps, bring these lower wheels out. As well, feeling like more waste. Bring out there. Bring this out. Just untab, and then you want to bring these forward. And then these will stay around Debbie's head. This will lock in at the head. There, you can bring these out. A sec. Come to the back. Okay, now want to take this bit, you bring this in, bring this up. I will say in between. Bring this forward. So now here, let me show you. This is how it is for robot mode, right? Right there. This bit slides over, down. That's for all mode. My mode now, you can see you're going to slide this back over. This will actually clip in right there. Little soup, and then just bring that forward. Bring that forward. And then bring these bits back up. And there you have Studio on the upper body for Devastator. So once you combine long haul right here, Rampage right there, Rampage's stand right goes into that little slot, square peg there. The scavenger clips slides on this bit, and then there's a peg right there, and that way as well clips in. And that's that. Now, here I'm gonna see if I can put it on the flight stand. Now I can quickly extend the flight stand to other configurations. I'm just gonna put it on the side that gives it a better stance. So I lean it back a second. Just peg it into the new flight stand port. And there. So it's more leaning back on itself. So it's much easier to show. There I can hinge that back so it's like right leaning more back, arched. Let me just bring this in the middle. And that's downstairs. Big mode. So scrap motion goes right there. The flight stand temporary plugged in. It's back as it's also waiting backdrop. So I'm just gonna see if I can put it on the backdrop or up at the angle. So it's like it gives it more third wheel. Just doing this that way it gives it more stability. Bring this at least over a little bit. Boom. That's Studio Series Devastator. torso. I'll just quickly put it back into its normal shape how I had it. So that way you can like get full better detail. There, that's Devastator's torso. It's the lower torso. Granted, without that part. But there, so we'll see how it all looks when we combine into Devastator. But here, I'll quickly show like a teaser for the ultimate, for the combine with articulation. These can go forward and go. Onto the device, I won't be there once I do this combine mode. There you go. So there. Here's we'll be able to move forward and back. And then click. There. So anyways, I've been Ultimate Wolf Reviews and Gaming. You can find the Ultimate Wolf Reviews and Gaming on Twitch, the Ultimate Wolf Reviews and Gaming on Instagram. The Ultimate Wolf on Twitch, the Ultimate Wolf on Instagram, the Ultimate Wolf on Discord, the Wolf Club server. Me and the Ultimate Wolf, you can find me. What's that? Find me on those 3 places. There is I'll put a link in the description to the video where I unbox this Overlord figure for them. Where I unbox the figure. And, well, for the Studio Series Devastator playlist and the Studio Series playlist. All in order with these reviews. I know Dino will be sometime next week, and Devastator will be, well, Thursdays. That's going to be a pain to do. I'm not looking forward to it. And then the upgrade kit might be sometime next week. And same for Dino's review. And then that between review will be delayed. And next Friday the 15th, I'll be actually off town, so there'll be no streaming that day. More Control, Become Human, Detroit, Become Human tonight. Anyways, I've been the Ultimate Wolf Reviews and Gaming, and we'll see what the upgrade kit picks is when I take a look at that.